Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on Ultimate Fantastic Four, issue number 7. Now, as you know, Ultimate Fantastic Four was a 60-issue series that was meant to be the next entry in the Ultimate lineups from the 2000s, and meant to give an introduction to the Ultimate version of the Fantastic Four. I have covered issues 1 to 6, and now moving on to issue 7. And the cover mainly has, the Ultimate Fantastic Four getting ready for action. So let's get on with the story. It starts off how, back at New York after the battle with the Ultimate Mole Man, we see how Ultimate Reed is by himself, thinking back to the day of the accident, and how Victor Van Dane changed the sort of notes that led to their powers, and how they slowly became the Ultimate Fantastic Four. And we see how Ultimate Dr. Storm says, "Reed, how long have you been up here?" "I didn't get the numbers wrong, Dr. Storm. I've been over and over. The end zone translation should have been perfect." And we see how even Ultimate Reed starts wondering why Victor Van Dane changed his notes and led to all this, and wonders where the hell he is. And we are introduced 12 years ago, where Victor Van Dane's father introduces him to their family bloodline once he came of age at the age of 10, and mentions how they are the descendants of a once great nobleman who was known as Vlad Tepes Dracula, and how, they were kind of like these great and powerful people, but slowly their people rebelled and had kind of fled. But we kind of see how his father tries to pass on the family legacy to him, and after this, you see how Ultimate Victor Dane's by himself saying, "It's my birthday." We see how Ultimate Reed is still focused on helping the team out, and we do see how Ultimate Susan Storm tries to get Ultimate Reed to kind of come out of his shell, and tries to get him to pay attention. So we kind of see how they want to run further tests, and tries to sort things out with the bioscanner for Reed. And we see how Ultimate Reed gets in to sort of test things out, and even Ultimate Sue basically notices that Ultimate Reed hasn't had anything to eat since the accident. Or even saying, "Oh, that." "Yeah, that," which led me to believe we haven't been looking at these changes nearly closely enough. "I ever tell you I wanted to be an astronaut?" And we see how Arthur mentions all the things that she wanted to be. We see how she runs some tests on Ultimate Reed, and turns out all of his organs have kind of mysteriously disappeared. And Ultimate Reed tries to make sense of it, but turns out there's this one organ that keeps him still intact. And after this, they try to make sense of what other changes could have happened. We see how, back 12 years ago, how Ultimate Victor Von Dane's father gets him to perfect their sort of family legacy, and hits him again, and again. And this definitely is meant to mirror Ultimate Reed's dad and Victor Von Dane's dad. The only difference is Ultimate Reed's dad's anger with him was justified, as Reed didn't really think through his actions, while Ultimate Victor Von Doom's dad put his son to impossible standards, and kind of made him into a corrupt version of himself. And we see how, because of the accident, his skin is kind of beyond all repair. And we see him saying, "Damn these hands. Richards, Richards, Richards. I was perfect. I have always been perfect." And we even see how, because of the accident, his skin has now slowly become metal, and him slowly becoming the ultimate version of Victor Von Doom. And even creates some special robotic insects, and we see how, when he reveals himself to be now fully metal, this is him embracing and becoming Doctor Doom. And this is the story. So I think issue 7's not too bad, as I can see where the 2015 Fantastic Four film was trying to do with Victor Von Doom, but I think here it works a lot more, as when Reed got his powers, he wanted to try and use them for good. We see how ultimate Victor Von Doom blames Reed for his accident and didn't want to take full responsibility. And I think what they were trying to do as well with the 2004 film version of Doctor Doom was trying to build him up to be an interesting villain, but when you had the sequel, they badly put him in the sidelines. So I think the issue's not too bad, as it is trying to set up to where Ultimate Doctor Doom is going to be set up for, and how they're going to build up his character. So I think this one definitely deserves a thumbs up. While it's a slow start, a weak story, it still knows to take time after issue 6. So, Comic Book Reviewer here, signing out.